Welcome to Froggy Stocks. Something I say is financial advice, entertainment purposes only. Not a financial advisor. Doing a quick live just off my cell phone because the AMC earnings, their Q2 8K is out. I made a tweet, which I'll put in the description. Just to cover the very basics of it, the adjusted net loss of 6.6 million hit, which is actually actually good in terms of past quarters. It was way worse in 2022, obviously. Barbie and Oppenheimer crushed it. The other movies crushed it. They had a free cash flow of negative 62 million, so they're still not cash flow positive. And the one number everybody wants to know about, how much cash do they have left? They have 543 million left, meaning they had quite the cash burn this quarter of at least 150 million. Here's the problem. Even with that stellar earnings for Q2, which is really good. It's a very, I know I'm saying a lot of negative numbers, but they actually did a really good job. In the tweet I posted, but you can go read it yourself at AMC Investor Relations. The problem is they're burning cash. Available liquidity at June 30, 2023 was 643 million. They had a 208 million of undrawn capacity under the company's revolving credit facility. That's including. So, 450 million left in cash. That's not good, guys. I'm telling you right now. That's 3 more quarters, 4 more quarters potentially. And that means that we have to have banger movies come out each quarter, which isn't going to happen in Q1. We never have a good Q1 quarter. And then everybody's going back to school. So what's up, everybody in the chat? Thanks for coming in. It's a good earnings. It's really good. We're still burning cash, 450 million. That gives us about 3 quarters left, meaning if we don't have banger movies every quarter and we have worse than what we did this quarter, the cash burn is going to go faster. Meaning if APE does not convert and we do not reverse split, there will not be enough equity in the common stock to raise a meaningful amount of cash to pay off deferred rent and to pay off some of the bonds, right? That's what we want. And everybody's been screaming for proof that AMC is going to go bankrupt. Dude, this is it. It's every earnings we've had for the past 2 years. It's the balance sheet that's been out every quarter for the past 2 years. It's not good. Let me just read the announcement they made. They're going to say this at the earnings call that I'm going to stream, but let me just go through it. In announcing the quarterly results, Adam Aron, chairman and CEO of AMC, said, and I quote, "While we still have much work ahead of us on this front, AMC's glide path to eventually recover continued with significant pace in the second quarter of 2023 as our results set new records and represent AMC's strongest quarter in 4 full years. Following an impressive start to the year in the first quarter of 2023, the second quarter yet again showed great progress. AMC saw more than 12% growth in attendance and a 15% growth in total revenue and 71% increase in adjusted EBITDA compared to the second quarter of 2022. Indeed, adjusted EBITDA was 182.5 million, the highest such quarterly figure since the fourth quarter of 2019. Again, which is great. I'm not a big fan of EBITDA. I get why they have to do it, but I don't like metrics like that. I don't like the way they're using it. Because Adam Aron comes out, he's been doing it since 2019. Oh, we measure by EBITDA, even though we're burning cash like crazy. Because what Adam Aron is doing, and I don't believe the conspiracy theory that Adam Aron is intentionally trying to not make money through product sales. I think what he's doing is he's spending so much cash because he's taking the cash, he's taking the equity in the company, and he's buying everything he freaking can get his hands on, right? Which, if he can raise money with APE, will turn him into a superhero later because he's turned AMC, or AMC is the largest theater company in the world with the most screens across the world with the best quality projectors and stuff. And most of the theaters, they've all been upgraded. So let me take a couple comments here. I see the comments going crazy. Smithy boy, sell APE and buy AMC, not financial advice. Yeah, that's probably the Smithy boy, I hate to say, that's probably going to lose you money. So everybody that said that when AMC ran from 5 to 8, yeah, they got stuck bag holding again. So they got money at least for another year, no split. Nah, they don't have money for a year, buddy. They have money for like maybe 3 quarters. Maybe 3 quarters. Big ads laughing. Okay, whatever. Grandpa Barney. Lawsuit is not about reverse split. You have had bad DD, Marine. I don't know who you were talking to there, Barney, but yeah, the lawsuit is basically an injunction not to stop the reverse split and the conversion. It's Antera claiming that they have damages due to the issuance of APE and said, hey, we want paid out before you guys do anything. It's an injunction for relief. And basically what's happening is Adam Aaron, who I personally think and allegedly went straight to the table with Allegheny. I'm sorry, Allegheny. I just woke up, guys. Sorry. I think it's all coordinated, just like I said from the very beginning. I think Adam Aaron and said party set this up so that they could dump another 6.5 million shares of AMC on the market. In my opinion, I would love to see Judge Zern say no settlement, but I'm dismissing the case because there's no real right to any damages. So Def 64 at Marine for life. RS will happen anyways. Yeah, I agree, Def. I must have missed. Let me try to get to his comment. I don't want to touch my phone too much because it'll shake for 5 minutes. Big ads, Marine for life. You're not getting your reverse split. Yeah, we are, buddy. I hate to break it to you, but it's definitely getting. I'm confident enough to put $25,000 on it that it's going to happen. So, and I haven't really been wrong this year. I'm up 256%. So, you sound disappointed. AMC had positive earnings. Bob Giogan. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, Bob. Geogengan. Is that right? Let me know if it's right in the comments. No, I'm not disappointed at all. I think, dude, this is a great earnings for AMC, but I'm disappointed we're still not cash flow positive. That's the problem. I want AMC to be cash flow positive. I want AMC to pay down the debt. That's what I've been saying for 2.5 years, 3 years almost. And I've offered Adam Aaron multiple different ways to raise cash. We've given him ideas. Mark brought T0 to the table and said, you can raise cash with T0 by tokenizing the security. And it worked for Overstock.com. Overstock went from, $1.92 to like $140 when they did T0. And then after everything was said and done and they raised capital and they 50% owner in T0, and now Overstock owns a lot of the Bed Bath & Beyond IP, which is going to be huge for Overstock. I hate to tell you this, but Mark's right. Again, you guys, they're going to make a lot of money. So why Overstock went back and converted said tokenized stock back into common is because they didn't really need it anymore. And if you want to keep doing something like they did, look at Musk. He acts eccentric, shorts pile in, then he comes out and sells stock, but then puts the money back into his own company. He traps shorts into play by acting eccentric online. Overstock can go back and retokenize anytime they want. So if shorts want to pile into Overstock again, they're going to get crushed. And that's what Adam Aaron could have did with AMC. Now, I think Adam Aaron wanted to, and I think why he told Mark what he did is because the big boys, who are the bondholders who own the debt in AMC, it was always about the covenants. They said, hey, if you do this, we're never going to give you money again. We're never going to do anything for you again. Because the whole point in the bondholders shorting AMC so the bonds value up was to put AMC into bankruptcy until Adam Aaron basically took Mark Cohode's plan, turned it into the Dollar General version with APE is basically what he did. But in doing that, Adam Aaron went to the shorts and the big banks, Credit Suisse, the bondholders, everybody bad you can think of, and said, look, I can do this instead of bankrupting the company. I can do this and set you guys up for arbitrage, meaning you can cover in the money on your shorts. Then the stock will run into your apes converting long, so you'll own the company. You're going to make 200-300% on that. We can also unwind the total return swaps with Antera, allegedly. So that's why you've seen all these forms being filed by Antera being submitted by AMC, because Antera at one point owned 10%. Well, guess what they did? They sold just enough to get it under 10% so that we don't see those filings on the AMC website anymore. So now Antera's been option to buy puts, option to sell calls, selling stock, buying stock, blah, blah, blah. I think it was all a matter to unload a bunch of total return swaps, which is all where the naked shorts are coming from, where the FTDs are coming from. Because if I own shares and you want access to them, but I'm really not giving them to you, I can give you access to them for a premium. But since I still own them technically, I think what's happening is I could go out and loan them to another person for a premium and another person for a premium. And then when one set of those borrowers gets called on something and they can't deliver the shares, you get failed to delivers and they have to go out and figure out how to do it. Higher AMC goes, more APE is worth on conversion. Correct, big ads. And that's why I want AMC to go up. I tell people that every day. I want AMC to go up, but I want it to go up for real. I knew the other day was just market shenanigans. It's up 5.8% today. Yeah, 542 today. That's great, man. I hope Judge Zern comes out like, hey, Piper, get down here. My dog's going upstairs to pee in my kid's room. Piper, get down here. How dare you? You better not have went in there. Go outside. Out. Forgot to put the gate up. This little adopted dog I got, it's a brat, man. She's mad my kid's gone. She goes up in her room and tries to pee on the floor. We're training. But AMC's doing great right now. APE's up $1 or 1.66%, hit $1.85 this morning. I mean, everything looks great. Let me scan real quick. Let me go through this. And she just went potty outside too. It just blows me away. Good girl. You stay right there. Scan through this 8K real quick and see. So revenue total for the quarter was 1.347 billion. That's fantastic. That's really good. So, I mean, you know, considering that the big hit movies was Barbie and Oppenheimer, and they're not even done playing yet, if they would have came out a little earlier, we probably would have had a better quarter. We might have been positive. So, Grandpa has 125,000 ape. Woo, buddy. I hope you, dude. I've got quite a bit too, not even close to that. But the way things are looking right now with this quarter, let's just say this. This quarter was good. The stock is reacting in pre-market. I'm hoping that the judge comes out within the next 5 days and says, okay, the settlement's good. And if we can catch that before AMC starts to pull back off from a good earnings, which it always does, then we could see some real fireworks. It might be an opportunity to sell before APE even converts. If I see everything go bananas and AMC runs to 10 and APE runs to 5, I'm going to sell some APE. Then I'm going to let it cool off and hold some through conversion and see what happens when he raises this cash. So it's not a one-shot play. There's multiple things you could do. How would it Q2, Q3, Q4 earnings report ever bring us cash positive? The report is just the report, Elizabeth. It's not like you can be cash positive for the quarter. Is that what you mean? I'm not talking annually. I mean a cash positive quarter. So Aaron Vega, hey Spence, what is your worst case scenario thought for the lawsuit? Let me read it whole. Currently waiting for cash to settle my account, do a massive buy and APE average down. So the worst case scenario is Judge Zern comes out and says the settlement cannot be approved as is, in my opinion, and they have to go back to court for another 3 months. On that news, APE will take a dump again, which I would probably just buy more. But there would have to be a different filing for the judge to come out. And this is just to my knowledge, you guys. There would have to be a different filing in court to stop APE from converting. It's a corporate action that's allowed by the company that was voted in by shareholders. It could get delayed multiple times again. Or the worst case scenario is without the settlement approval, Adam Aaron comes and says, hey, we're going to have to take a vote to pull this off the table because it's not working. I don't think that's going to happen. Adam Aaron has to convert the stock. He's made promises to big people, allegedly, who bought a lot of ape for a lot of money on the promise that it was going to convert into the arbitrage play. And I'll tell you what, if he doesn't get this done, he's probably never going to work in the industry again. They'll bankrupt AMC. They'll go with their original plan, but Adam Aaron will be done. So, oh my God. Diana Gas, 139,000 ape. Let's go, Grandpa. You guys are whales. That's pretty sick, man. All right. I'm not waiting to go through conversion. Would like to be in cash by the dip after. There you go. You guys, the strategies that you can formulate now while you're waiting. I've flipped ape like 4 times already. If it runs, if I see 3 to 5, I'm going to trim. I'm going to get my initial investment out so I don't take a loss no matter what happens. If this thing runs to 3 or let's say 350, and I can pull my initial investment out and play the rest on basically house money into conversion, that's a win. Hey Spence, why do you think they released it this early? It dropped around 7 a.m. I know, I woke up. Good point, Chenswalk. I woke up and I seen T-Dog, which I got to give credit to my boy T-Dog, posting. He posted like I did, and he said it was good earnings, but they're still burning cash. I think they posted it this early so everybody could see in the Chancery Court, in the investment community, that AMC is still burning cash like crazy. I think hell, the report was the catalyst for the call, I assume. Yeah, so this is why I'm doing this, because I just seen it. I got on Twitter. I'm like, what's going on? This is early. It usually drops 5 minutes before. I think they dropped it early so they could officially send it to the court and go, here you go. Even with a great quarter, we're still burning cash and we're still in trouble. So hopefully by Friday, we get a decision from the judge. Honestly, I wish she would know on the settlement, but go, hey, I'm dismissing this case. There's no merit to it. You guys do not need to settle over this, because Allegheny had 12 months almost to dispute ape, and they didn't. They got issued ape dividend, and whatever they did with it, allegedly, then they should have did it. So RWK88, sup, bro? Thanks, Grandpa, man. Thank you for all you do, my brother. Thank you. Again, super chats, I give them to charity. This one, I did St. Jude last time. What should I do this time? Maybe I'll just do St. Jude again. It's easy. And it actually goes to families. When I worked in Alabama, we had a friend at work whose kid ended up with leukemia, and St. Jude was right there. So that's why I always do St. Jude. I am doing, this year, I've been doing all year. Plus I did $1,000 straight to the Albuquerque Children's Christian Orphanage in town, which blew my mind when I realized, holy cow, Albuquerque actually has a functioning orphanage, which really makes you think about stuff. So thank you, Grandpa Barney. I got to go see the orphanage this week. They're having an event that I've been invited to. So they do a big barbecue and you can meet all the kids. I want to take my daughter there to meet all the kids so they can network and know new people. AMC's doing great, guys. So you worked in Alabama, roll tide, roll tide. See, yeah, I'll tell you what, man, I worked in Huntsville. You can't beat bad. You can't beat Tuscaloosa, man. I'm a big Auburn fan, honestly, but I mean, Alabama, they got one of the best teams I've ever seen, and they consistently have one of the best teams I've ever seen. So either way, all right, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to get ready to go to the earnings call. I'll finish the comments up, and we're going to get to work. Let's see if this message for review. Somebody's talking a lot of shit in here. Oh, no, it's not. It's just people saying swear words. What a wonderful thing you do with the money. Hey, man, I mean, I make money on my trades, so a lot of what I do on YouTube, it just goes to charities. Or I bounce around town, like I hit Wendy's, and it was like 11:49 at night, and they made my sandwich good. And I was like, oh, sorry. So I threw them $50. I tip really good to the younger generations around here because they are going to work, and it's very important for me and everybody around me that people go back to work so our infrastructure functions properly. And if $50 changes their life over the course of the next 3 months, that's great. And that's something that, nobody tips their fast food workers. I do. I like to try to tip the fast food workers for doing quality stuff, man. So Dude, that McKinney shit still makes me laugh. Oh, yeah. Okay, so what RWK88's talking about is there was a little weather forecast going on in Texas, and somebody put 101,000 degrees Fahrenheit in McKinney, Texas, and the weather guy's like, okay, everybody in McKinney's dead. But anyways, so AMC just hit a ceiling. That's funny. AMC hit a ceiling right at the red line I have on my chart that I forgot I even put on my charting at 552, 550. Took a little resistance, but we are getting close to market open. Oh, I'll stay on till market open. What do we got? We got like 6 minutes till market open. We'll do a bell ring here. So, Captain George. Okay, so Captain George comes in to my YouTube channel and my chat and comments, loser. I hope you have a better morning than that. That's kind of whack. Is the earnings call in AM? No, it's this evening, but they put the report out. It's on my tweet. You can see it on Twitter. Go to the top of my YouTube page, click it. You follow me, RWK, and you can go straight to AMC Investor Relations and read the whole earnings report. Let me scan it real quick for any more juicy tidbits. Okay, here, look, there's some preferred equity stuff. AMC Preferred Equity Unit at the Market Program. This is stuff we already know, but in September 2022, AMC launched an at the market equity program to sell 425 million shares of its AMC Preferred Equity Units. Through this program, we raised gross proceeds of $343 million, which is what we're sitting on right now. You guys gotta think about that. We're sitting on what he raised with Ape at that shitty sale right now into this. So if we don't do this, he just diluted us like bad for no reason. We want, in my opinion, AMC, you have time to position properly. And I'll say this, if we get the reverse split conversion, AMC common stockholders are still not going to make as much as Ape holders, but you may have a chance to break even finally if you've been buying in a $10, $20, $30 range. So through this program, we raised gross proceeds $343 million before commissions and fees from the sale of approximately 278.3 million Ape units, including 34.2 million in the second quarter of 2023 through the sale of 21.2 million Ape units. There are currently no Ape units available to be issued under September 2022 at the market equity program. That means there's no more Ape units he could sell right now. If this doesn't pass and everybody goes, he could go back and sell more Ape units, which you don't want. You don't want him selling billions of Ape units at under $1 again. You do not want that. It will dilute the stock structure, even the common stock, to garbage. But he would have to go back and get approval to pull the Ape units, meaning we would have to go back and do another vote. It wouldn't work. Nobody would buy them. They would just say, let's just bankrupt the company. It's not a good situation. Balance sheet, cash, and liquidity. During the second quarter 2023, AMC repurchased 42 million aggregate principal amounts of second lien notes due 2026 for 27.6 million, approximately a 34% discount. They love to say that. Cash at June 30, 2023 was 453.3 million, excluding restricted cash of 22.9 million. AMC currently has liquidity available of 643 million, including cash and undrawn credit capacity under the company's revolving credit facility. So they really have 400 some million in cash on hand. The other 200 million is undrawn credit facility, which you don't want to use that. So the company will host webcasts for investors and other interested parties beginning 4 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Tuesday, August 8th. So 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday, August 8th, today. So we'll be doing the Twitter space call, and I will be streaming the call live on here later. So make sure you like, sub, set your alerts. If you've already set them, turn them off, reset them. Try to get my stream back up and working after they banned me for talking about a certain medical company called rhymes with Schmeiser. But also, I am watching Meta too, and I wanted to tell you guys something. I tweeted it yesterday. The last time that Meta was in the $300 ranges, the last time it ran like it just ran now, guess when it was? It was the same period that AMC was going from $1.90 to 72. That same period of time. Meta did the same thing, went to $380, right? So I started looking at everything, And I actually took some long puts out on Meta for September 22nd to $270. Because what I think is going to happen to the overall market is the overall market is going to end up falling back off. I think what we have here is like, you know how you get entrenched inflation? This is a rolling market crash, I think is what it is. We pump, pandemic crashed, overinflated pump from all the free money. It had to correct, it came back down. Then it was kind of stabilized by the government, you know, cooking books, giving bad reports, saying jobs data is great, which it's not. We're just putting jobs back to where they were. And then, you know, you have your pimp Jamie Dimon coming out and starting rumors and making comments on a SEC short ban against bank stocks, which are actually, in my opinion, still very much in trouble. You know, we're getting downgraded on our credit. A lot of banks just got downgraded by Standard & Poor's. And, or not Standard & Poor's, it was the other one, I forgot. Anyways, they're getting downgraded, and China's economic data just came out, and we have import companies going bankrupt. So there's a big problem coming. But in that, when that happens, the good thing is people want to go into cash heavy positions, meaning they want to dump stocks like Meta, which is not doing good. They have record number of people trying to Google how to delete Meta and Instagram from their phones. Twitter is now paying people out money, which some of the accounts that I follow on here, they just got like $8,000 payments from the ad revenue sharing on Twitter. And I think you have to have 15 million impressions in 3 months on your tweets and over 500 followers. And so, but I'm going to go not short yet. I got some puts, but I do believe if Ape hits hard like I want it to, before Meta starts crashing, I actually will try to go short Meta a little bit because it does have two massive downside gaps. It gapped back up to the upside, but on the daily, there is a downside gap at 222 and one at 152, and gaps usually fill. And this market cannot sustain stuff like this. The good news is, if that and when that happens, in my opinion, you're going to see another event on AMC, which is funny because we're coming back up on August 22nd, which was the day Ape was issued. It's almost been a full year. The day Ape was issued, we ran to 1050 and AMC ran to 16. If we get a decision from the judge on the back of this earnings and we see an event like that again, and we see AMC run to 16 and Ape run to 10 again, that is going to be one hell of a good day for some people. So that's another situation I have on my mind. That's why I have staggered exit points where I'm only selling certain portions to cover my initial cost. If you start running and cover your initial cost to where you will not take a loss no matter what you do, then you still get your adrenaline rush, you still have your gambling fun, you still have the Twitter fun and all that, but you're not gonna go home and tell your wife or whoever, your dog who's starving, that you lost all the money for the week. So I always pull my initial investment out. All right, the market is open. Let's see. Ape sitting around $180, AMC 536. A little bit of down pressure on open, but things are looking good. I'm sure we'll see decent movement through the day where it stabilizes around $180, probably 520, $180, which is what I've been talking about for a while, which is really good. Hopefully, please, hopefully after earnings, or Adam Aaron has good news during earnings would be great. Hopefully this Friday, the judge issues on the settlement after she sees the balance sheet and the 8K and goes, yeah, they're still burning cash like crazy. This is not sustainable unless we pay off the deferred rent and some of the notes, which we had bonds callable July 28th, meaning Adam Aaron can go back, pay off bonds that are yielding 37%, so they quit paying out all this interest. It's crazy. He's got to get rid of those, or all the cash we have is just going to go to payments to the debt holders. So either way, there you go, guys. Thanks for coming to the stream. Please like, sub. Guys, all the comments, I appreciate them. Even if you don't like me, I don't care. Oh, there was more comments. It wasn't scrolling. Is the call after hours, Spence? Yes, it is. 4 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, Aaron Vega. When we get our reverse conversion, and let's say we open around 30 to 40 on the new Neo AMC, how are you going to be able to tell when it's time to leave the play? If I'm up 200%, if it opens at 30, I'm up 180%. If it opens at 40, I'm up like 200 something percent. It's called not being, Aaron Vega, it's called not being greedy, man. That's my rule. I've made the mistake before. I'm like, ooh, I'm up. Oh, look at all that cash. If you're up 10, 20 grand and you can go pay off your car and still have some in the play because you took your initial investment off the table, that's what I do. That's why I'm up 256% for the year, because they took profit. So if I'm up 200%, my initial investment's coming out, and I'll let the left ride on casino money. And then if I see another 200%, I'll pull more out. If I do my initial 200% out and I pull my initial investment and it drops 30% immediately after, I'll just sell and I'll take the little win on the free money. So, and I'll move on to the next play. There's always another play. Let's see. Are earnings out already? I've got an alert saying they beat. Yep. So earnings are already out. They filed them at 7 a.m. Go to my Twitter feed. You guys know my Twitter feed. It's up at the top of the YouTube banner. You can click on it. It's my first tweet you should see past my pinned tweet. Go to AMC Investor Relations. You can read the 8K. So it was a good earnings. It's still, we're still not cash positive, but it was good earnings. Let's see. Fitch. I hope next bank is one of the big 10 JPM. They just downgraded. Go to Unusual Whales and read their tweet. They just downgraded a bunch of banks, or they're getting ready to downgrade a bunch of big banks. So let's see. Great job, Frog. You're the man. Screw the haters. Thanks, Rick. See, appreciate that, man. Chen's walk. Ape moving. Don't tell me these things. What is Ape doing? Is Ape moving right now? Oh, Ape's moving. Ooh, we're up 3.3%. AMC's still at 530, baby. This might turn into a good week. So awesome. All right, guys, the comments, I appreciate them all. Everybody coming in, I appreciate the likes and the subs. Again, double check your alerts so you make sure you don't miss when I go live and my new videos I drop. I am literally suppressed on every social media platform I can think of. Twitter's coming back around because I tweet too much about AMC. A lot of my other followers are not into AMC, but currently shadow banned on TikTok. I'm restricted on Facebook. Instagram I don't even deal with. So you guys know how I roll. YouTube finally let me back on, which I appreciate that. And I'll just have to maintain my opinions better on YouTube concerning certain companies that rhyme with Schmeiser. So either way, I'm going to kick off. I'm going to go take the dogs out. You guys have a great day. I will be back on for earnings, or if any big news drops in between, I'll try to get on live as I see it come in. Heidi, thanks for the good info from Denmark. Hey, what's up, Denmark? Craig S. Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great day. Froggy Stonks out.